At its absolute core, data is just raw information that we use to figure out the world and make decisions. We often treat it like a 21st century invention, but keeping track of these signals is an evolutionary survival mechanism. Tens of thousands of years ago, early humans recorded vital facts about their environment through stories, myths, and the pigments left on cave walls. As societies grew larger, agriculture and trade required higher precision. We developed written records and ledgers to catalog the intricate details of civilization. For thousands of years, these manual methods worked. They were relatively slow, and they scaled neatly to the physical limits of human memory and filing cabinets. Even when we built the massive, centralized mainframe computers of the 20th century, we were still managing information on a manageable scale. These systems were designed for small data, predictable, highly structured inputs that behaved exactly as programmed. That rigid model broke completely when our digital life moved into our pockets. Billions of smartphones, global shopping platforms, and digital sensors began tracking every tap, step, and transaction we made 24 hours a day. Traditional, centralized computers lacked the physical and processing scale to store or interpret this sudden mountain of information. The old systems were reaching their limit. This glowing cube represents a traditional database. To understand why it failed, computer scientists look at three specific dimensions called the 3 V's. The first V is volume. We moved from simple spreadsheets to billions of users generating massive sizes of information simultaneously. Standard server racks have finite limits. The literal hard drives ran out of physical and digital room to hold it all. The second V is velocity. Modern data arrives at a relentless, blistering speed. This scene on the New York Stock Exchange floor illustrates the problem. You have millions of live, interconnected transactions happening every single second. The sheer size and blistering speed of these constant inputs rendered single machine processing hopelessly slow for the demands of the modern world. The third V is variety. Look at the grid inside this cube. Traditional systems need neat, organized rows of text and numbers. But digital life is messy. We generate unstructured data, videos, voice notes, and photos that do not fit neatly into a spreadsheet. Big data is the engineering framework built to solve these three specific constraints. Instead of trying to build one impossibly giant computer, engineers developed distributed systems. They split these massive, varied workloads across hundreds of smaller, synchronized machines working in unison. By breaking the problem apart, we finally built a scalable infrastructure that could handle the weight of the internet. Conquering the 3 V's changed the role of information. It stopped being a byproduct of doing business and became the primary asset itself. This photo from 1997 shows a time when a company's value was tied strictly to the physical inventory they sold. Here, Google's founders stand in front of their early server racks. This represents the shift toward a model where data is the primary fuel, treating information as the foundational asset behind every corporate growth strategy. We see this in practice when Swiggy uses massive datasets to optimize delivery logistics, or when Amazon uses your search history to predict your next purchase before you make it. This shift allows companies to move from reacting to markets to using data to anticipate them. These massive distributed networks aren't just for global corporations. They power the glass in front of your face. When you open YouTube and see a tailored recommendation, you are seeing big data in action. When Spotify curates a playlist for your specific taste, it is instantly processing the volume, velocity, and variety of your behavior against millions of other users. Big data is the invisible infrastructure, turning the raw, chaotic inputs of your day into the digital insights that power the modern world.